All right, what do I got this week? I got Live Green and Die, Database Danger, and Grand Theft Godo. This is seriously 7 days. What's up? I'm your host, Bryan Parmelee, and I'm back with my take on a few of the stories from this week's issue of 7 Days. Thanks to a Vermont law that just went into effect, you no longer have to be alive to lead a socially responsible lifestyle. That's right, the state's minimum burial depth is now only 3.5 feet. So instead of being filled with embalming fluids and put into a fancy casket, you can choose the much more environmentally friendly route of a green burial. That's where you're put in a sheet or a very simple casket and buried at a shallow depth where the soil is much more active. That means your body decomposes a lot quicker, you become part of the soil, and you can do cool things like provide nutrients to a tree. Now, despite the law going into effect, no Vermont cemetery currently offers this service. So unless you happen to own property or come from a family of clever landscapers, you might still have trouble having a green burial. But still, this law opens up a whole world of exciting possibilities. I mean, imagine if there was a combination green burial site and maple tree farm, where dead Vermonters were nourishing the maple trees. I mean, talk about an authentic taste of Vermont. Well, it looks like it's been a busy couple of weeks for Vermont Attorney General TJ Donovan, or as I like to call him, VTAG-TV TJ. On Tuesday, he said that the DMV's facial recognition program is in fact illegal and should remain suspended unless state lawmakers can pass a give us your face law. He also worked with Vermont Secretary of State Jim Condos to identify 2 state laws that they believe give them firm legal standing to reject a request from the Trump administration for Vermont voter data. Now, Vermont's not alone on this one. That request came to all 50 states, and several other states have refused to comply, saying that the Election Integrity Commission is really just trying to purge voter registrations and further suppress the vote. But I think there's an even simpler explanation. Just last month, officials from the Department of Homeland Security testified that people connected to the Russian government attempted to hack into the election systems in 21 different states during the 2016 election. Now, why would we force those poor Russians to have to hack into computer systems all around the country when you can just combine all the state's voter information into a single database? That way, they'd only have to hack into one computer system instead of dozens. It's called government efficiency, comrade. Finally, this week we end with some very sad but very Vermonty news. At least a dozen goats have gone missing from Upper Valley farms in what appear to be a string of goat nappings. Now, local authorities have had very little luck in determining what kind of a sick bastard goes around stealing goats, so I've decided to contact my goat source, Allie the alpine goat, via satellite. Allie, can you hear me? Now, Allie, how has the goat community responded to these goat nappings? Have you noticed any strange or unusual behavior happening around the pen? What do you think the human community can do to better protect the goats? You know, you ask me to do these interviews and it's... A goat! A goat! I don't speak goat, all right? I'm doing all the... That's going to do it for us this week at Seriously 7 Days. We're going to take next week off so I can give my crew a chance to participate in a blindfolded potato sack race, but we'll be back the following week with more seriousness. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. A goat! A goat! A goat!